Hey guys, this is Exile here bringing you a updated Shaddoll deck profile for July 2015. I have here my friend George, so will you show us your deck?
Alright, I'll just get started then. So, the Shaddoll monsters I played 2 Shaddoll Falco, 2 Shaddoll Hedgehog, 2 Squamata, 2 Dragon, and 2 Beasts for my Shaddoll monsters.
So 2 every
Two
Shaddoll?
every one.
Oh, alright.
So that's 10. For the lights I play 2 Lila and 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler for hand traps basically is just for any other, like, for Necros, for Satellar Knight, anything that really activates, you can just Veiler it, it's really good. It's not really good against Klee, but I mean, other than that, it's a really good card to have. And Lila is just there for back row heavy decks. It's really good just being able to summon it, popping a back row, and then using it for a Shaddoll fusion. I played a 2 math. I would have played 3. Basically, you don't want to use up too much of your normal summon, and Mathematicians, 3 is too much, I think, in my opinion. But 2 is just fine. It's just more or less a good starter card in its deck. And I played the 1 Sinister. This is for my water tech to make the water fusion. I played 1 TK.
Damn.
It's really good, basically. Anything that searches. And the last monster I played is 1 Blacklist.
Big Daddy. BLS.
That's it for the monsters. For the spells, I play 2 regular Shaddoll fusions. And then 3 of the L Shaddoll fusion. This is the best fusion, obviously. There's a reason why you play 3. This one not so much, but you still play it. Because in certain matchups like BA, it's an auto win. If you can play it. Then for the rest of the spells I played, we're gonna see. Klee is your hardest matchup, just because of all the floodgates that you can play, and having them in the main to out it's better. In my opinion, it's like it makes your game 1 against Klee a lot easier. You don't have to be grinding it out and then I'll lose game 1 and then go into game 2 inside. When you have this, you could change the tide of the game. Then I played 3 beautiful upstart Hobins. I play Hoban because the consistency. It's just really good. The extra 1,000 doesn't. Well, I don't think it matters. You push enough damage already on the board. 2 Dark Hole, 1 Raigeki. I play Dark Hole because this deck has a really bad time against an established field. For instance, a really good field of Necros monsters. It's really bad against you. Pendulum of Klee is really bad. Being able to just clear them all out, it's alright. Plus they're Digin outs. You won't get locked so easily. And then I played 1 Foolish and the 1 Bookman for my one-ups. That's it for the spells. For the traps, I played 1 Core, 1 Vanity's Emptiness, and I played, I think one of the more interesting cards I played in my main were the 3 World Decree. It was really good. Basically should also have a really bad match with any deck that sits a lot.
Floodgates, man.
It's really good.
Lose 1 turn, you know?
Everything, basically. Against Tellers, if you draw on it and you just set it and you pass, and they go set 3, set 4, and you end phase Royal, you should win that game essentially. If they don't draw an MST or an out to this. It's really good. It helps you with a lot of the floodgates.
They go through so much, they take 1 card out.
Yeah, it's really good.
If they have MST, they make not a Cowboy, fucking Castell and bounce it back, but that's a lot.
But yeah, it's really good. That's for the main. I played 40 cards, obviously. For the extra, I played 3 Construct, because you have to.
No, you don't.
It's the best one.
I know.
2 Winda. I know people like playing 3. 2 is just fine, I think, in my opinion. I don't find myself making more than 2. Then for the 1 fusions, I played 1 Shekinaga and 1 Annoyances. A lot of people are playing 2. I think just 1 is fine. unless you're playing a really heavy aggressive deck where you just push your damage. But other than that, I don't really think 2 is necessary. For the synchros, my 6 I play 1 Goyo, 1 Clear Wing for my 7, a Black Rose. This is a weird one. I played this just because I thought that basically in your BA matchup you want to have a kind of easier way of making a Leo, and he's kind of an easier way of making a Leo. Basically he's a level 8. If your opponent targets this card or any psychic type on the field, you can pay 1,000 life points to negate that Smart Trap that targets it. It's really good, but if anything, this should be an Arcanite Magician if I ever get around to getting one. But yeah, other than that, it's an alright card. And I play 1 Leo for my last synchro. And for the 6 seasons I play 1/1/1 and 1 Gemini Pearl.
Why Gemini? Why not like Exiton or anything else?
The reason, or my theory for Gemini is basically if you have an access to rank 4, there aren't really a lot of good rank 4s. Like, if anything, once your opponent has lose a turn, you're playing against like something like it's Klee or something that, you know, obviously Klee that play the lose a turn in the main. If you were to go into any other Xyz, it's a bad choice because they just beat it over next turn or just return it or whatever. But with Gemini Pearl, that's not an option for them. Basically, you play around lose a turn because lose a turn only affects monsters with effects, and Gemini Pearl isn't one. It has no effect, so it can't be switched to fence, and it has no effect for it to be negated, so it won't be negated. So I don't know. I just figured this card was really good. It's 2600 beater. It gets over Shell. Gets over not Shell. Sorry. It gets over every other one other than Shell and Stealth. It's really good, and it's an Earth. So if you have an Shaddoll fusion in your hand, you can make this swing for 26 and then Shaddoll. The same thing with 1/1. It's just another way of making the water fusion a lot easier.
Yeah.
And that's it for the extra deck.
Alright guys,
Wait.
Thank you for watching.
No, wait, we got the...
Oh, I have my side deck.
This
This is first time recording for the team.
So for my side, I played 1 Majesty's. Basically for any other thing, any other deck in the meta right now. If you can make an established field and tribute and make this, as long as they don't have it out like a Regeki or whatever, you should automatically win that game.
It died.
It's basically really good. A really good floodgate in monster form. I play a 1 Medion. The theory for Medion is that if you know you're playing against a Klee version or deck that plays towers, this is an out to it, essentially. What you can do is you can normal summon this guy. I'll just give you guys a brief explanation of his effect. You control no monsters. You can normal summon this card without tributing from your hand. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So essentially what you do is if you're facing down a towers on your opponent's side and you have this in your hand, you can normal summon it, attack, and his effect is if this card was attacked or is attacked, you can shuffle all monsters on the field back into the deck. And if you do, your opponent takes 300 for each one that was shuffled back. So essentially it's just an out to towers where something like in your main or your extra, the only real out you have to him is like a Leo, but essentially that takes 2 cards to make and you don't really want to use up that many resources. Whereas him, you just waste your normal summon, and as long as you don't have an out to it, they lose towers essentially. Plus it's also really good at established fields, so if anything that's a plus. Then I played 2 Artifact Lancia for Necros, for Ritual Beast if anything. So yeah, that's basically the reason for I played. That's it for the monsters. For spells, I play a lot of 1 spells. 1 Mind Control for the mirror, 1 Defusion for the mirror, 1 Soul Release. This card's really good, essentially. If you side it against Necros, it's a really good card. basically, if you can go into a fusion, a Shaddoll monster, whatever, and you can push for damage, but you know your opponent has a Valk in their hand, you can just go soul release, banish as many of their Necros monsters they have, which is essentially like around, as far as I've seen, it's like 2 or 3 going into like turn 1 or 2. And you can just banish all those and push for damage without being stopped by Valk. It's really good. And it's also really good to banish the mirrors in their grave, so that they can't use it next turn. More or less, it's a theory. And then the 1 spell Shattering Arrow is for cleaves. That's it for the spells. For chaps, I play 2 Breakthrough. For the mirror, if they're playing Winda, obviously you can just banish it, and against Necros, so you don't get Trish. That's also really good if you use it in, if it's in your grave, you can banish it and use it on Unicorn, and then you can still, you can just make Construct and not have to worry about Unicorn's effect. 2 Dust Tornado. Dust Tornado is really good actually. It's a really good card just to pick up cards. Like, it's more designated destruction than, you know, just blowout destruction, where like Fairy Wind is just blow up everything. This is just blow up whatever you want. So it's a really good card in the plus, and plus you can set a Star Trap after you activate the card, so if anything it's just a +1 if anything. Then I played for my 1-ups, one Rivalry. Rivalry is really good, just mainly in the Necros, that's why I only play 1 of it. In the Necros matchup, if you can play this at the right time, it's a blowout. Basically, if your opponent goes Ritual for a Unicorn and you flip this, they can't push for, you know, damage or anything, or like a Trish. They have to find a way to play around the Unicorn so that they can obviously, you know, put down Trish, because as long as it's face up, they can't summon a Trish or whatever, and they can't have a really good board of damage that would eventually just make you lose, but it's an alright card. Then the 1 Malevolent is just for Tellers, Klee, anything that plays heavy, and the 1 Balmus for Klee. Whenever they Pendulum Summon, it's just a really good card.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to ravage the like button and subscribe to us.
And also guys, I'll be doing a clipboard deck profile once I get all the cards, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching guys.